Judiciary Branch, Associate Justice, Supreme Court of Liberia, Honorable Yomli Kaka Lawrence, President Pro Tempore, Liberian Senate in section, Capitol Hill, Monrovia. Dear Senator Lawrence, I present my compliments on behalf of the Chief Justice, where to officially inform you of the passing of Associate Justice Joseph N. Nambe in his 65th year. This sad event occurred on Saturday, March 2, 2024, at the Accra Medical Center in Accra, Ghana, after a protracted period of illness. The late Justice Joseph N. Nambe was appointed to the Supreme Court of Liberia as an Associate Justice on August 22, 2018, by His Excellency Dr. George Manneh Weah, former President of the Republic of Liberia, and served the judiciary in said capacity for nearly 6 years. The deceased also served the Liberian Senate as Senator of Fano County for 13 years, and as a member of the National Transitional Legislative Assembly of the National Transitional Government of Liberia, NTGL, representing the people of Fano County. The late Associate Justice Joseph N. Nambe was a remarkable figure and a dedicated public servant whose demise has dealt a tragic blow not only to the judiciary but the nation as a whole. Currently, the body of the deceased is still at the Accra Medical Center awaiting removal and conveyance to Liberia. Count the guard. Very truly yours. Yusuf D. Kaba, Associate Justice and Officer in Charge. Presiding Officer.
Senators, I will ask that we all rise to pay when we are silent for the falling citizens.
Okay, the Vice President, who is the President of Senate, have asked the senators to stand for a moment of silence in honor of the fallen Justice Namwe Joseph Namwe, who has passed, and they have just observed a moment of silence for him.
Business of President's Desk. Communication from Senator Abbott Chief of Branco County on other national obligations, including the final chapter of the Liberia Civil Crisis. The Liberian Senate, March 4, 2024. Senator Yomli Kaka Lawrence, President Pro Tempore, and members of the Liberian Senate in section, Capitol Building, Capitol Hill, Monrovia, Liberia. Dear Madam President Pro Tempore and distinguished colleagues, subject, other national obligations, including the final chapter of the Liberian Civil Crisis. I present my compliments and wish to reference a communication to the Liberian Senate from the former President of Liberia, His Excellency George Manneh Weah, on September 19, 2019, seeking advice of this body on how to proceed with the implementation of a report of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, the TRC. In its advice to the former President contains in the 22-page report, the Senate inter alia indicated the following. 1. That a call for the establishment of an extraordinary criminal tribunal for war and economic crimes committed during the period of the civil conflict must be examined within the context of the implication of our Constitution, laws, and processes to determine their compatibility and feasibility of establishing such a tribunal. 2. That constitutional and other legal prohibitions may not easily permit the establishment of said criminal tribunal for war crimes on Liberian soil. Most especially that Liberia acceded to the Rome Statute after the end of the Civil War. 3. That domestic economic crimes committed during the periods of the civil crisis can only be adjudged and litigated in domestic criminal courts under Liberia's domestic jurisprudence and cannot be a subject of an international criminal tribunal. This is besides the fact that the statute of limitations have since told in accordance with the laws of the Republic of Liberia. 4. That in line with one of the recommendations of the TRC, the President of Liberia should offer an apology on behalf of the state to the many victims and the people of Liberia in general for its role in the conflict and for the injuries and losses sustained by individuals and communities. 5. That also, as recommended by the TRC, the government should, without further delay, set up a reparation trust fund for victims and communities was affected by the conflict to benefit through direct financial assistance or through development programs and projects. And 6, that the National Palava Program and other programs for national healing, peace building, and reconciliation aimed towards restorative justice started by the government of former President or Excellency Elliott Johnson Sirleaf should recommence. Distinguished colleagues, while the Senate awaits His Excellency Joseph Numa Boakai to seek its opinion on the feasibility of establishing a criminal tribunal for us to have our say for the second time, my communication is intended to draw our attention to the expediency and imperativeness of the presidential apology, the setting up of the reparation trust fund, continuation of the Palava Hut and other national healing and reconciliation programs, and the implementation of activities which will bring economic benefits to victims and worst affected communities in the civil crisis. In respect of the foregoing, I kindly request that plenary authorizes the Senate Secretary to communicate to the President of the Republic of Liberia to within a reasonable time frame, offer said state apology, set up a trust fund, restart the Palava program, and commence the implementation of development projects in the highly victimized communities. Madam President Pro Tempore and distinguished colleagues, I further request plenary to mandate the requisite budgetary appropriations, beginning with the 2024 national budget, to facilitate the implementation of the above tax by the President of the Republic of Liberia. Very truly yours, Albert Tubetier, Senator Grand Pool County, and President Pro Tempore Emeritus of the Liberian Senate. Mr. Presiding Officer, is still with Mr. President of the Senate and Presiding Officer, the reading of the communication from the Senator of Grand Pool County and President Pro Tempore Emeritus.
You listen to the communication from Senator Albert Tubetier from Pro Tem. What's your will and pleasure? Senator Batekwa.
The President of the Liberia Senate and presiding officer, distinguished senators, having listened to the communication from the Great Senator of Green Crew, Professor Abbott Wechie, among that the letter be received and the senator be given brief minutes to comment, and after which the communication turn over to the committee on the obituary and report to us and shut their
I know we're 2 times, so 2 days a week, we can't debate on the what brief, let's debate it, let's talk. Come out with it.
If we move and second that the communication, at the open of the communication, be given 2 minutes to make some statements, after which, the communication will be turned over to the committee on the issue. With that said, are you ready to vote? But that, you know, I was slip in our order.
Mr. Muda, are we ready to vote if you were allowed to make amendment to the effect that after the process of the author making the comment, that the committee on internal affairs and reconciliation be included? So I said.
Thank you, President. I'll be ready to vote again. We will go back and accept this amendment. The issue of war and economic crime is a very serious issue in Nigeria. And I think giving brief debate on the police of fire, I think the Senate should debate this issue. So I'll be ready to vote if we can debate. Why you want this money?
Senator Patrick, let's go, please.
But they don't want that walk out there before. I know you walk out there. They don't want Chamberlain walk out there before. I think you want walk out there.
Thank you.
I won't walk out
Senator
there.
Smith. Senator Smith. And Senator
That was the issue I wanted to suggest.
Thank you. Senator Hobo?
Yes. Sorry, fellow colleagues, I'll be ready to vote if and only if movement can improve security on our community considering the nature, welfare, cyber related, security related.
Considering that someone said don't be shit.
And the party already has satisfied. Those in favor say yes. Again. Senator Chair. Got 2 minutes.
My letter is not intended to open the debate today.
Right.
I believe once the judicial committee look at it, the debate will take place in full. I want to draw the attention of everybody to the fact that the TRC report contains many other recommendations besides they talk about war transport. And those recommendations are very important. For example, it says that the president must offer an apology to all Nigerian people. And in my opinion, that has not been done yet. We hear about people raising money in America, in Europe, for war transport. But we have another obligation. The benefit of the victim. So the TRC recommended that preparation trust fund, where money will come from the national budget, where money will come from other sources, so that the president of Nigeria can use that money to see about victims financially, give them financial assistance, and also do projects in communities that were affected.
Why you put it on the floor?
Those Don't know what there. I'm the first page report. Yes, it was there. Yeah.
But your question is working on time.
Then the third recommendation is I will support the Palava Hut. I will support the motion.
Thank you.
Thank you. The Palava Hut mechanism improvement was started at Senate, I didn't know, continue so that victims and perpetrators come face to face. That promotes healing and that promotes reconciliation and unity in this country. The president of the former president in September 2021 wrote the Senate for his advice on the feasibility of establishing a war economic plan goal. It was a 20-page report. We will have asked the Senate Secretary to the Minister of Approval to be circulated. In that report, that was the president, even if we want to work on school, it's not possible on our constitution. Arrest.
How many people voted on that?
Well, check it, Jonah.
With the 2 minutes given to the Honorable Chair, the Secretary of Senate, you will turn the communication over to the Committee on Judiciary, National Security, and Internal Affairs in that order.
What's the legal
Judiciary is the legal committee.
From Senator Jonathan D. Shogin of River D. County regarding issues at the Ministry of Transport. The Liberian Senate, March 5, 2024. Senator Yomri Kaga Lawrence, President Pro Tempore. The Liberian Senate in section. Capitol Building, Capitol Hill, Monrovia, Liberia. Dear Madam President Pro Tempore and distinguished colleagues, I present my compliments and herewith draw the attention of plenary to happenings within the Ministry of Transport. There are vehicles that are plying the streets of Monrovia and other parts of the country that are right-hand drive. It is clear that vehicles that are right-handed should not plow the streets in accordance with the vehicles and traffic laws of Liberia. I believe this is endangering the lives of our citizens who are commuting on these vehicles. For instance, a driver driving a right-hand vehicle will put his or her passengers down right on the Main Street road on the traffic side. Madam President Pro Tempore and distinguished colleagues, I think this is about time that we take seize of the matter in order to save lives. I claim the indulgence of this august body to invite the authorities of the Liberia National Police and the Minister of Transport to state the reason or reasons for the violations of the law with all their interventions. Madam President Pro Tempore and distinguished colleagues, let's act now to avoid future embarrassment. Please accept, Madam President Pro Tempore and distinguished colleagues, the renewed assurances of my highest consideration. Kind regards, sincerely, Jonathan or Charles Sophie, Senator of River County. First communication.
There's a communication from the Secretary of the Will President, please. Senator Mike.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. Presiding, distinguished senators, having listened to a communication from Senator Jonathan Sable of River County regarding the issues at the Liberia Medicines and Health Transfer, regarding the issues at the Liberia Ministry of Transport. I move, if I can obtain a second, that the communication be received and passed on to the Committee on Transport for investigation and seeing report be made to this August ballot. If I can receive a second.
It's been moved and seconded that the communication be passed over to the Committee on Transport. Are you ready to vote? Those in favor say yes. Again.
Business of President's Day. Communication from Senator Jonathan Charles Sobi of River County regarding issues at the Liberia Medicines and Health Products Regulatory Agency and the Global Pharmaceuticals and Laboratories Limited. The Liberian Senate, March 5, 2024. Senator Youngly Kanga Lawrence, President Pro Tempore. The Liberian Senate in section. Capitol Building, Capitol Hill, Monrovia, Liberia. Dear Madam President Pro Tempore and distinguished colleagues, I present my compliments and here withdraw the attention of plenary to issues involving the Liberia Medicine and Health Products Regulatory Agency, the Global Pharmaceuticals and Laboratories Limited, a licensed local manufacturer company that was established to produce some medicine locally, for instance, paracetamol, L40, LDS, Gabsolid, Hydrant Sachet, Fiazol, and etc. Moreover, the government of Liberia is providing subsidies to the local producers in order to enhance their capacity. According to Global Pharmaceuticals and LMHRA, they have been issuing licenses to importers for the same pharmaceutical products, despite that they are producing said products locally. This decision poses a threat to the sustainability of local producers and the livelihood of Liberians who are in the employ of the company. Madam President Pro Tempore and distinguished colleagues, I kindly request the indulgence of this august body to invite the Ministry of Health and the Global Pharmaceuticals to ascertain the actual information of happenings on this matter. Please accept, Madam President Pro Tempore and distinguished colleagues, the renewed assurances of my highest consideration. Sincerely yours, Jonathan Charles Sobi, Senator, River County. Mr. President of the Senate and Presiding Officer, the reading of the communication from the distinguished Senator of River County.
Mr. President, Senate, distinguished Senator, having listened to the reading of the communication from Senator Charles Sobi regarding the issue of Liberia Medicine and Health Product Regulatory Agency, the LMHRA, and the Global Pharmaceutical and Laboratories Limited, I move that contain the second that the communication be open, received, and the opponent, Senator Assembly, giving at least 2 minutes to give an insight into this matter. Thereafter, will be sent to the Committee on Health.
Second. You've been moved and seconded that the communication be open for 2 minutes, after which shall be turned over to the Committee on Health. Are you ready to vote? Those in favor say yes. Again. Senator Sewell, you got 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. President. Fellow colleagues. I remember a fortnight ago, this Senate accorded some incentives benefit to some state companies that were to produce medications in our program. These companies are getting benefit for us because it will create jobs and all of the reasons why we give incentives. At this point, they are functioning, they are producing these medications for our people, yet we are ordering the same medication from right here, Ghana, Nigeria, and other places where they can be sold right here. Hence the reason we give the incentives. And in my mind, it is unfair if the health ministry has the reason for why they are not buying this, we need to know. Because it is the great people money that we are using to give people incentives. And so I thought to bring it to plenary so that we investigate this matter to know if these medications are being produced are not good, they will say so. If they are the same as we are bringing in, then there's no point in bringing them in because we are having these people here because we're supposed to benefit. And that's what I thought to bring it to the representative. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. 2 minutes, being exhausted by Senator Silvers, the Secretary, you add a coordinator, material and communication over to the Committee on Health to report to this witness. Continue with business and president.
Business on President's Day. Communication from Senator Creighton Old Banking of National Company on the demolition exercise of the former Honduras refugee camp and humiliation of former Nigerian refugees in Ghana. The Liberian Senate.
I got Madam Chair. Report for Standing Committee.
Report from Standing Committee. Report for the Committee on Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs. On the confirmation hearing of Honorable Stephen G.H. Zago, Commissioner General Designate, Liberia Immigration Service of the Republic of Liberia. Recommendation. The Committee on Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs, having examined the credentials of the nominees, coupled with his demonstrated ability to respond to inquiries supported by his conduct during the hearing, it is the considered opinion of the committee that Honorable Stephen J.H. Zago be confirmed to the position as mentioned above. On this day of March 2024 committee room. Signed, members of the Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs Committee. Report for the Committee on Defense, Security, and Intelligence. And Veteran Affairs on the confirmation hearing of Honorable Elijah F. Elijah F. Rufus, Deputy Commissioner for Administration Designate of the Liberia Immigration Service. Recommendation. The Committee on Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs, having examined the potentials of the nominee, coupled with his demonstrated abilities to respond to inquiries supported by his conduct during the hearing, it is a considered opinion of the committee that Honorable Elijah F. Rufus be confirmed to the position as mentioned above. Signed, members of the Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs Committee.
So Senator, the last time we held the reading of the communication of Deputy Commissioner of Police, Matthew Freeman. So you can please do it.
Thank you, sir. Report for the Committee on Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs on the confirmation hearing of Honorable Ndukai Galiba, Deputy Commissioner for Operations, Destiny, Liz, Republic of Liberia. Recommendation. The Committee on Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs, having examined the credentials of the nominee, coupled with the demonstrated ability to respond to inquiry, supported by his conduct during the hearing, it is a considered opinion of the committee that Honorable Kundukai Galiba Senior to the position as mentioned above. The Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs Committee signed. Report for the Committee on Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs on the confirmation hearing of Honorable Anthony N. Dixon Arotamba, Deputy Commissioner for Naturalization Designate. Recommendation. The Committee on Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs, having examined the credentials of the nominee, coupled with his demonstrated abilities to respond to inquiries, supported by his conduct during the hearing, it is the considered opinion of the committee that Honorable Anthony N. Dixon Arotama be confirmed to the position as mentioned above. Signed, members of the Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs Committee. Report from the Committee on National Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs on the confirmation hearing of Honorable Nelson Freeman, Deputy Commissioner General, Inspector General for Operations, LNP. Recommendation. The Committee on Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs, having examined the credentials of the nominee, coupled with his demonstrated ability to respond to inquiries, supported by his conduct during the hearing, it is the considered opinion of the committee that Honorable Nelson Freeman be confirmed to the position as mentioned above. Report for the Committee on Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs on the confirmation hearing of Honorable Hassan Fadiga, Deputy Director of Operations, Designate Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, Republic of Liberia. Recommendation. The Committee on Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs, having examined the credentials of the nominee, coupled with his demonstrated abilities to respond to inquiries, supported by his conduct during the hearing, it is the considered opinion of the committee that Honorable Hassan Fadiga be confirmed to the position as mentioned above. Report from the Committee on Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs on the confirmation hearing of Honorable Anthony Bauku, Deputy Director for Administration Executive of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, Republic of Liberia. Recommendation. The Committee on Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs, having examined the credentials of the nominee, coupled with his demonstrated abilities to respond to inquiries, supported by his conduct during the hearing, it is the considered opinion of the committee that Honorable Anthony Baruku be confirmed to the position as mentioned above. Signed, members of the Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs Committee. Mr. President, those are from, should I read everything? Security, yeah. Yes.
Including the one with health,
Oh, yes.
Thank you. You listened to the review of the communication from the Committee on National Security. By the will and pleasure. Senator Tyler.
Mr. President of the Senate, distinguished colleagues. The microphone. After listening to the reading of the communication from the committees, the Senate committees, asking, recommending the confirmation of the nominees, I move I obtain the second that vote be taken on the individual nominees. If I can obtain the second.
Move and second. Vote be taken. Are you ready to vote?
Ready.
Those in favor say yea. Those against. Secretary of the Senate, you call the roll for the vote.
All the security, seven.
It's seven.
So let me say yes every time you have the floor.
Every yes to all, no, just look at the agenda you got. The only one that is now on the agenda is the one for the 3 months. We will work back. We will gather the last time, so back now.
Liberia Senate.
The vote.
Senator Yamli Kaga Lawrence, President of Grand Bassa County.
All the nominees are qualified. Yes, for all.
Monserrate County. Monserrate County. Senator Sir Hadi Joseph.
I vote yes for A, B no, C no, yes to D, yes to E.
Okay, Papa record.
No to F. They may get the information.
So I said no to F. C and F, right? B, C, and F. And the fact said no, B, C, and F, and the rest of A, yes.
Senator Abraham Darras DeLong.
Senator Zago, I vote yes. Elijah Rufus, I vote yes. Portugal Jaliba, I vote yes. Jackson Aratama, I vote yes. Hassan Fanja, I vote yes. Bau Hou, I vote no.
Nothing from us.
Nothing from another, for police?
Yeah.
I vote yes.
It is the fifth.
What is it?
It is the fifth one.
Yeah, that's not what you're doing. So then put everything on the agenda.
It's the fifth.
Is it fair?
Continue with it. Roll call.
Sandro County.
Yes.
Senator, President got any feelings? Listen. Sandro County. Senator Councilor Augustine S.K.
Yes for all except Nelson Fremont. No for Nelson Fremont.
Sandro County Senator Creighton Ward Duncan. Maryland County. Senator J. Bravo Brown.
I will distinguish the votes to give resounding yes to Stephen Amano Zago. The rest from the immigration that came along with him, I also vote yes, but it's not resounding. For the police,
But you buy now, you need to go.
for the police, we say yes. We say small yes.
Maryland County Senator James P. Bannon.
I vote yes to all, including yes to Freeman.
Grand Cape Mount County. Senator Simeon White Martell.
I vote yes to all except for Freeman.
Senator Daba M. Bapla.
I vote yes to all.
Bond County. Senator Prince M. Boyd.
I vote yes to all.
I know, eh?
Senator Johnny K. Quinn.
Nobody say yes to all.
Nima County. Senator Prince Ward Johnson. Grand Juliet County. Senator Zoe Emmanuel Peno.
I will start with 102, Freeman, I vote yes, Sako yes, and the rest yes.
Senator Thomas Yaya Nehman.
Vote yes to all, including Freeman.
Lofa County. Senator Councilor Joseph Watoa Jala.
I say yes to all, including Freeman. Freeman is a Jala. Jala is a Freeman.
Senator Momo T. Saros.
Interestingly, I am the author of the report, so I vote yes to all.
Bonny County. Senator Evan Melvin Snow Jr.
Senator Snow vote overwhelmingly for former Senator Stephen J. Zago.
as Commissioner General of Immigration. Senator Snow vote no for Elijah F. Rufus. Senator Snow vote no for Ketukai Jalaba. Senator Snow votes no for N. Dixie Tama. Senator Snow votes yes for Hassan Fatta. Senator Snow votes no for Babu Paul. Senator Snow abstained for Nelson Freeman.
Bombing contest, Senator Alex Jerikai Tyler.
Yes for Zago. Yes for Rufus. Yes for Jaleva. Yes for Tama. Yes for Fariga. Yes for Kowo. Yes for Freeman.
I give it counted. Senator Anthony Emmanuel James Nukwe. I give it counted. Senator Nathaniel Paulo McGill. Yours has counted. Senator Wellington Dion Smith. Wellington Dion Smith on yours has counted.
Yes. With the exception of Freeman, let me abstain because I didn't get enough information to inform my judgment.
Senator Ben Twelve. Grand Pool County. Senator Professor Alan Kumachi.
I vote yes for other security people on the list, except two of the Liberia National Police. I vote no.
Senator Dominic H. Batokwa. Grand Pool County.
I vote yes for all.
Seven yeses.
Senator Francis Aide Doko II.
Yes to all.
Wapol County, Senator Boto Kane.
Yes, the law.
Senator Amara M. Collin. Listen. Result on the vote. for Stephen J. Zago. 23 for, 1 no, total 24. Elijah F. Rufus, Deputy Commissioner of Administration, Liz. 21 years, 21 for in favor, 3 against, bringing the total to 24, and no abstention. For Honorable Kanduka Jaliba, Deputy Commissioner for Operations, Liberia Immigration Service. 21 in favor and 3 against, bringing the total to 24. For Honorable Anthony M. Dixon Aratama, Deputy Commissioner for Naturalization, Liberia Immigration Service. 22 in favor, 2 against, bringing the total to 24. For Honorable Hassan Kadika, Deputy Director for Operations, Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. 21 in favor and 2 against. For Honorable Nelson Freeman, Deputy Director for Operations, the Liberia National Police. 17 in favor, 4 against, and 2 abstentions. Mr. President of the Senate, for Babu Kwango, Deputy Director for Administration, the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, 20 in favor and 2 against. Yeah. That brings to the end of the reading of results.
With 17 and above, voting for all the candidates, the vote is hereby carried, and the secretary will communicate with the chief executive. Continue with reading of report from committee. Report for the Committee on Internal Affairs, Governance and Reconciliation. On the confirmation hearing of Honorable Francis Akila Jumali, Minister Designate of the Ministry of Internal Affairs, Republic of Liberia. Report from the Committee on Transport on the confirmation hearing of Honorable Helena M. Doe Locke, Deputy Managing Director for Administration Designate, the Liberia Airport Authority. Report from the Committee on Youth on the confirmation hearing of Honorable J. Bryant McGill, Deputy Minister for Youth Designate. And
report from the committee on youth on the confirmation hearing of Honorable Rahman S. Newton, Deputy Minister for Technical, Vocational Education and Training Destiny on the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Report of the Senate Committee on Youth and Sports on the confirmation hearing of G. Anipon, Deputy Minister for Sports, Destiny, Minister of Youth and Sports. From the master sheet. Recommendation. Three out of four correct taken into consideration. The nominee qualification experience. The committee do hereby recommend to the plenary for confirmation consideration as Deputy Minister for Sports. Minister of Youth and Sports is public order. Signed, members of the for J. Bryant McGill, Deputy Minister for Youth, Designate, recommendation. The committee do hereby recommend to the plenary of the Liberian Senate J. Bryant McGill for confirmation consideration as Deputy Minister for Youth, Designate, Minister of Youth and Sports, Republic of Liberia. Signed, members of the committee. For Honorable Heron D. Youngton Jr., Deputy Minister for Administration, the Minister of Youth and Sports, recommendation. The committee do hereby recommend to the plenary of the Liberian Senate Heron D. Youngton Jr. for confirmation consideration as Deputy Minister for Administration for the Minister of Youth and Sports, Republic of Liberia. Signed, members of the committee. Report of the Senate Committee on Youth and Sports on the confirmation hearing of Rahman S. Newton, Deputy Minister for Technical, Vocational Education and Training Destiny. Recommendation. The committee do hereby recommend to the plenary of the Liberian Senate Rahman S. Newton for confirmation consideration as Deputy Minister for Technical, Vocational Education and Training Destiny for the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Signed, members of the committee. Report on the confirmation hearing of Mr. Jennifer, the later passed away, Deputy Minister for Operation Destiny. Mr. President of the Senate, the reading of the form from the Committee on Youth and
Listening to the reading of the report from the Bureau Committee, recommending confirmation for the nominee, Walter William Center. Senator Henry Mary Slow.
Mr. President of the Liberian Senate, having listened to the report of the Secretary of the Senate, referencing confirmation hearing of nominees from the executive, I move the party continue second. That the Honorable Liberian Senate will now take a vote on this matter.
When seconded, the Honorable Liberian Senate take a vote by hair count on the Bureau Committee. Are you ready to vote? Are you ready?
Distinguished Vice President, I will. President of the Senate. I will want.
That's correct.
I will be ready to vote.
If since the Ministry of Internal Affairs is standing alone, the latest pass to read by the Secretary, pass on Internal Affairs separately, then we get to all the other people from the Ministry of Affairs.
You reject that already. And, rather than satisfy. Rather than satisfy, those in favor say yes. Again, secretary is calling the room by the vote.
Vote count. Senator Young, Kamala Lawrence, President of the Chamber of Ambassador County.
I vote yes for.
Montserrado County. Montserrado County. Senator Sir Hadi Joseph.
I vote yes to K, no to J. Vote yes to R, vote yes to H, vote yes to G.
You want to call the name, please?
Brian, yes. Brian, yes. Newton, yeah, no.
Which one?
Start with G.
G, yes. Marcos, yes.
No.
Internal Affairs.
It's that G, internal affairs, yes. Ish, not on yes.
Brian, yes.
Brian, yes.
Newton, no. Miguel, yes.
Kwame.
Yes.
Montserrado County. Senator Ibrahim Daros Elon.
On G, yes, Francis,
Sakila.
for Minister of Internal Affairs, I vote yes. And all the deputy ministers at the Ministry of Defense post, I vote yes.
Sano County. Bambasa County. Senator Bessemer Milton Finley. Listen. Sano County. Senator Councilor Augustine S.G.
Sano votes. Yes for all.
Senator Creighton O'Donoghue. Distant. Maryland County. Senator J. Bravo Brown.
Under pressure.
Yes to all.
Senator James P. Barney of Maryland County.
Vote yes to all.
Grand Cape More County.
Yes to all except G. No.
Senator Dava Babani Bapula.
Yes to all.
Bong County. Senator Prince Kemumboy.
Yes to all.
Senator Johnny K. Philip.
Yes to all.
Nima County. Senator Prince Wild Johnson.
Oh, I say yes.
I know, eh? Man of God.
Grand Jubilee County, Senator Joe Emmanuel Pena.
Yes. Oh.
Senator Thomas Yaya Jimmy.
Yes to all.
Lofa County, Senator Councilor Joseph Ato Jala.
Yes to all.
Senator Momo T. Saros. Bobby County, Senator Edwin Mary Snow Jr.
County, for G. Annie Kwame, Deputy Minister of Sports, who is overly qualified, oh yes. For President Imale, Ministry of Youth and Internal Affairs, I can vote yes. I vote yes.
Bobby County, Senator Alex Yenikai Kaila.
Yes to Maggie. Yes to Kwame. Yes to Yonton. Yes to Knockers. Yes to Human. Now.
Marjorie County, Senator Anthony Emmanuel James Nukwe.
That was good. Yes to all.
Sarah is back.
Marjorie County, Senator Nathaniel Follow McGill.
Yes to Kwame and Brian. Yes to Kwame and Brian. Is it Lulu McGill?
Riverside County,
Kwame and Brian.
Senator Wellington Gibbon Smith.
Yes to all. Get on my name,
Senator Bill T. Party, Riverside District. Senator Professor Ahmed Bubichi, Ranko County.
Yes, for all that said, the Minister of Internal Affairs President. Yes, no.
Ranko County, Senator Nominee T.H. Batukwa.
I vote yes. For Yulani? Yes. Nova? Yes. Maggie? Yes. Yoko? And yes, Kwame.
River County, Senator Jonathan Boyd Charles Sobi.
Yes to all.
River County, Senator Francis S. Dupo II.
Yes to the Minister of Internal Affairs. Yes to the rest.
Bapolo County, Senator Boto Cannon. Senator Amara M. Conan. Senator Momoti Saros of Nova County.
Yes to all.
The result. Result. For Honorable Francis Sakila Nyamale, Minister Designate of the Ministry of Internal Affairs. 22 in favor and 3 against. Total of 25.
Ready?
Helena M. Joe Locos, Deputy Managing Director for Administration, Liberia Airport Authority. 24 in favor and 1 against, bringing the total to 25. For Laraman S. Nyonton, Deputy Minister for Technical, Vocational Education and Training, at the Ministry of Youth and Sports. 23 in favor, 2 against, bringing the total to 25. For J. Bryant McGill, Deputy Minister for Youth, Minister of Youth and Sports. 25 in favor, none against, and no abstention. For Honorable Andy Kwame, Deputy Minister for Sports, at the Ministry of Youth and Sports. 25 in favor, none against. Mr. President and Presiding Officer, the reading of the result on vote taken. Vote taken.
For 1 minute, yes, the vote is carried. Secretary of Communication with the Executive.
Report. Report. Report for the Committee on Posts and Telecommunications. Jennifer Liletta passed away, Deputy Minister for Operations Designate, Ministry of Posts and Telecommunications. Recommendation. The committee do hereby recommend to the plenary of the Liberian Senate Honorable Jennifer Liletta passed away for consideration as Deputy Minister for Operations Designate, the Ministry of Posts and Telecommunications. Signed members of the committee. Mr. President of the Senate, the report for the Committee on Posts and Telecommunications.
Relating to the report for the Committee on Posts and Telecommunications, what's the witness pleasure? Yes. Senator Dillon.
The President of the Senate, the distinguished colleagues, having listened to the report of the Committee on Posts and Telecommunications, recommending for confirmation the nominee Jennifer Passaway to the position of Deputy Minister of Postal and Telecommunications. I move that the committee report be accepted and the appropriate votes taken on the record. Second.
You move and second them. And the report be accepted and the vote be taken. Are you ready to vote? Those in favor say yes. Again, second, the party will open the vote.
Senator Yamri Kaga Lawrence, President Pro Tempore, Senator of Grand Bassa.
Yes. For Jennifer Passaway, a very qualified lady, and I ask all my colleagues for the nomination.
Montserrat County, Senator Sarah Hadi Joseph.
Yes.
Senator Abraham Garros Delon.
I vote yes.
Grand Bassa County, Senator Besoga Milton Finley. Houston. Sando County, Senator Councilor Augustine S. T.
Sado votes yes.
Senator Shekton O. Duncan. Maryland County, Senator D. Graham Brown. Senator James T. Biden.
Yes.
Grand Cape County, Senator Simeon Boy Matila. Senator Davas Mabani Babla.
I vote yes for a non-qualified leadership and a woman progressing like a broken.
Bum County, Senator Prince Kemu Moi.
Vote yes.
Senator Johnny K. Payne.
General, yes from me.
Nima County, Senator Prince Y. Johnson. Grand Julia County, Senator Zoe Emmanuel Penn. Senator Thomas Yaya Dinland. Local County, Senator Councilor Joseph Pato Yola. Senator Momoti Saros.
I followed my senior senator.
Wyoming County, Senator Edwin Melvin Snow Jr. Senator Alex Genikai Kaila.
Yes.
Majimi County, Senator Anthony Emmanuel James Lewis. Senator Nathaniel Paulo Magil. Middlesex County, Senator Wellington Evans Smith.
Vote yes.
Senator Bill Tiatuari. Distant. Grand Crew County, Senator Professor Albert Tubechi.
Vote yes.
Senator Dominic H. Batufwa. Yoruba County, Senator Denton Walter.
Yes.
Senator Francis S. Doku II.
Yes.
Barpool County, Senator Walter Cannon.
Yes.
Senator Amara M. Conan. Votes taken for the confirmation of Honorable Passaway, Deputies for Operation, Post and Telecommunications. 23 in favor, none against, and no abstention.
Three in favor. Vote taken.
L, report from the Senate Joint Committee on Constructions and Investment and Land, Mines and Energy, Natural Resources, Environment, and Public Works and Rural Development. On a communication written to the Senate plenary by Senator David Mabani Bapla, Senator of Grand Cape County, on the failure of Western Coastal Liberia to complete a road project from Bombing Hills to Mono River, Congo. February 29, 2024. Honorable Senator Yumli Kanga Lawrence, President Pro Tempore of the Liberian Senate in section. Madam President Pro Tempore and fellow members of the Liberian Senate. Subject: information on them. Sorry.
Secondary report. The report was not circulated.
What do you mean by that? The report was circulated.
The report of the Senate Joint Committee on Construction Investment, Lands, Mines, and Energy, Natural Resources and Environment, and Public Works and Rural Development on the communication written to the Senate plenary by Senator Robert Mabani Papla, Senator Branke Ponkanti, on the failure of Western Coastal Liberia to complete a road project from Bombay Hills to Mami Road, Congo. In separate remarks from Senator Papla and Senator Simeon B. Taylor, both of Grand Cape County, background. On January 31st, 2024, the plenary of the Liberian Senate mandated its joint committee on construction, investment, lands, mines, energy, natural resources, environment, and public works and rural development to prompt into a complaint filed by Senator David Mabani Papla, Senator of Grand Cape County, on the failure of Western Coastal Liberia to adhere to the Mineral Development Agreement in the signed between the company and the government of the Republic of Liberia. Proceedings. The Joint Committee, through its chairperson, recommendations. The consequence of the thorough investigation done by the Joint Committee in order to have an in-depth understanding of the situation at hand, the Joint Committee is pleased to present the following recommendation. 1. That Western Coastal Liberia be made to pay back the $14.5 million United States dollars that was waived by the government of Liberia during the negotiation process of the MOU that paved the way for the return of the Western Coastal Liberia 2 years ago. This recommendation is based on the fact that Western Coastal Liberia has failed to provide recommended services to the people of Liberia, for which the government of Liberia effected the waiver as incentive and encouragement for Western Coastal Liberia to improve the lives of the affected counties. 2. That the Minister of Public Works be requested to review the road access permit that allows the Western Coastal Liberia to use the Bombing to Monrovia Highway for the conveyance of its ore to the port of Monrovia. Ensure that Western Coastal Liberia lives up to its commitment on road maintenance and road safety on the Bombing to Monrovia Highway, and the implementation of other road projects in its concession areas or other areas in Western Liberia as agreed upon. 3. That the Interministerial Mineral Concessions Committee, the RMCC, be mandated to review the Mineral Development Agreement executed between the government of Liberia and Western Cluster Liberia. 4, that Western Cluster Liberia be made to pay the 3 years, that is from 2022 to 2024, Social Development Fund, SDF, due the affected counties. 5, that the Minister of Labor be requested to ensure as much as possible that the company employs directly all the people working its operations in order to accord them all employment benefits. 6, that the National Bureau of Concessions and the Ministry of Mines and Energy be requested to audit the activities of the Western Cluster Liberia to determine compliance with the terms of the Mineral Development Agreement. 7, that Western Cluster Liberia engages Bao-Chico for the use of the Bao-Chico Road that has been constructed from Bapolo to Po River, Montserrat County. Done in joint committee room on this 29th day of February 18, 2024. Signed and respectfully submitted by the Senate Committee on Concessions and Investment and the Senate Committee on Lands, Mines, Energy, Mineral Resources, and Environment, and the Senate Committee on Public Works and Rural Development. Madam Presiding Officer, the President Pro Tempore of the Senate.
The members' colleagues infer the reading of the report from the 3 committees. What is your willing pleasure? Let us know.
Having listened to the report, the committee, and move it in a second, and the report be received and open for brief discussion.
It has been moved and seconded that the report be open for discussion. Are you ready to vote? Yeah. All in favor? Yeah. Against? Open for discussion. Who's the leader? Adequate?
Distinguished colleagues, you can all recall this on communication committee submitted to this body of our colleague from Cape Mount, 3 committees: construction, land, mines, energy, public works, communicated to look into the concern of the senator. Because of that, a meeting was convened with the management of Western Cluster, to which the senators from the affected counties were all invited. And because of their concern, they were all in for attendance. We listened to the concern, after reading the concern of the senator, and they were all given time to express their respective experiences and concerns about the situation that is being experienced with Western Cluster. Madam Presiding, the concerns raised by the senators when the management of Western Cluster was asked to respond to those concerns, they could not. And personally, as chair of this committee, that was my 4th time engaging Western Cluster about these concerns, so they were not strange. And at the end, they discovered the findings that are contained in the letter there and in the report there were just found. And that is why we came out with these recommendations. The recommendation about the waiver of this money to Western Cluster
will no longer be necessary because we felt that it was intended to encourage Western Crosstalk to adhere to the content of the agreement and improve the improvement of the lives, and continue to improve the lives of the people. Unfortunately, they failed to do that. So they need to, the government needs to reset this condition and they pay this money. We also indicated, as read in our report, that Western Crosstalk should be made to retain the road that is coming from coming all the way to Monrovia, that is currently being destroyed by the conveyance of the port to Monrovia. We also recommending that we should adhere to the time given to them. These people are supposed to begin to let their own on daily basis at 7. Unfortunately, they start at 11, at 3 o'clock. We are so fair to the people. So they are really causing harm to the people. And that is why we have come here asking plenary to endorse our report, part of which is asking the Minister of Public Works to review the penny that is giving them access to the road, but they cannot adhere to the agreement that they have with the government. They're supposed to construct a port. Unfortunately, they came to us just as usual, started lying that they never got land. The senators from the various from the affected countries all denied their presence, and they never had anything to say about that. So these recommendations to us are fair. Western Crosstalk should be made to respect the agreement that we have with the government, the agencies of government that are responsible to ensure compliance. The Minister of Land, Minister of Energy, the Minister of the Bureau of Construction should really make them to adhere to the agreement. The Public Works Ministry should review the penny they give them, and since they cannot adhere to it, after reviewing it, they have to take the appropriate decision so that they will understand that indeed there's a government that we have this agreement with, and this agreement was intended to improve the lives of the people that are affected by the operation. Not going there subjecting the people to hardships. Unfortunately, very, very disheartening. All of their employees are contracted. Only 10% are hired by them directly. So over 600% are contracted. Just to deny them employment benefit, insurance, healthcare, education, and all that, and I think it's unfair to our people. So we need to, and that's why we're asking the Senate to do it.
To rescue them.
So the report is down to tell you, that's our comment.
Thank you. So it's open for debate. Senator Tyler.
Thank you, Madam Co-Chair. The great colleagues. The lead chairman will not put any better than the great one to be appropriate with our voice. The issue, and we are afraid that we don't want to let the issue we have recently in John. Western Crosstalk has no respect for the agreement or the rule of law. They don't care. Even safety issue, simple things like obtaining ballot vehicles to inform motorists that the trucks are coming, they cannot do that. We've been on that for the last 2 years. Just about 3 vehicles to ensure that when you're driving to what coming is, or as well as turn red, so that you'll be notified that the trucks are coming, they are refusing to do that. And the speed with which you move on our road is so dangerous and risky. And we don't want our to get killed before we come here and start to cry. In addition to that, the memorandum of understanding that the Son of the Government of Liberia indicated that it needed 3 years to construct the rail to the port that they were supposed to construct. We've gone 2 years, there's no stand, no movement, and we're not sure they can even do it over the next 2 years. So it's important that plenary endorse the recommendation and to add to that, not just to review, but to help them and bring them to the table. They will need to review the entire operation to ensure compliance, to ensure that they adhere to the agreement, so that our people will not think that we're not representing them properly. Our protest police, this is a very serious matter. Like the chairman said, everything there is outsourced. And even the people they brought, you'll be surprised to know that the people they outsource, their contracts and things, even Okobo people to put it in a railway. People that sell food. Every time you go to Tottenham, there's complain and complain and complain. Please, police, we beg your indulgence. We don't want any situation involving that will not be under control. Please, we want you all, or this body, to invite the appropriate agency at Western Cluster, let them review, let them on the activity, and then look at our agreement again. It's troubling. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Jana.
You see that the reason why I thought you brought it to all the back. Let me see our case, madam.
That's why I need to talk. Because most of them is speaking like diplomats. This is a serious matter. Look at the recommendation. What is the review clause in the agreement? Why are you pinning onto? This is the reason why, for me, I believe that recommendations are weak. They should be asking for immediate review of the concession. If there's a memorandum, yeah, you brought me a copy. Everybody committed. I saw your report. So, my project, I believe that plenary should move faster than the committee and require the presence of the concession bureau, the Minister of Lands and Mines, and possibly the NIC, because they will go back to investment court. Yeah. So for me, we should send those people here as a committee of the whole and listen to them and see what we can do to help our people. The committee report is good, but it's a different matter report. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Smoke.
Thank you, Protect. Let me thank the chairman for accurate reflection of the view of the region. Protect were very small, but very instrumental in getting Western Cluster to come back. And miss public crowd, miss perception, everything. And the idea was, this was a comment that would have come, improve the housing condition, the educational sector, healthcare delivery, and the road. It was based on that the previous government reached an understanding with them. The MOU that had its own interpretation all over the country. And the idea was that since we are going to do all of those things and create jobs, we are prepared to bring in or to bend back up. Unfortunately, it's sad that they have not lived up to even the MOU that should have been for 6 months and then review the NDA. They have reached everything. So the recommendation is that if you made to pay this money that was waived, and everybody thought that people didn't pay this money back to the Liberian government, counties, these counties, especially government counties that
the mine is domiciled in, this is a corporation of mine, and let the agreement be reviewed. Because the MDA, the MOU said it was the lifespan of that MOU was for 6 months. And after the 6 months, you shall come back to the legislature to review the MDA. And like Senator Tyler just stated, even the MOU, the agreement was in 3 years you will construct a rail to start trucking your home. They already almost in the 10 years, they have not even done feasibility study before you talk about constructing. So definitely they are not acting in good faith, they are not acting in good faith. So the report, I'm appealing to this plenary, joining my colleagues from the region, to appeal to this plenary to make Western Cluster to pay whatever amount that was waived by the previous government, and let us review the NDA to reflect current day reality.
Thank you, Madam President. Distinguished colleagues, thank you so much for paying attention to this very important issue, and let me say thank you to the chair of the Joint Committee for a very good report. Madam President and colleagues, our lives are at risk on the Burlington Highway. So we need to do something urgently. I pray this body that this particular issue of the Western Cluster Nigeria remain on the front burner until we from the Western Country see some relief. Because it is clear from all of the presentations, they made commitment that within 3 years there will be a rail, there are no signs. They made commitment that within 3 years there will be asphalt paving from Bonnie to Cape Town. Even the grading has not started until the end of January. Our fear here is they are wanting the whole on a daily basis. Who knows their intent that we wake up one morning and Western Cluster is gone and so what's left in the region with nothing there to show. So this is the time I think we should call them as they have already been proposed. Let's get back to the MDA and agree on the terms that we can better follow through the implementation. Because as it is in the second year, there are no justification why they haven't started anything pertaining to the rail, to the port, and the road. And those are the infrastructure that we need so that when the company leaves to Lawson, we will be left behind. We from Cape Mount Body, we have experience with the NROC and the LMC. All of them mine in that region and they left with no trace or anything left behind. So we don't want to repeat it again after several decades. So we pray this body to please support us so that we be sure that whatever commitment the MDA has for the cluster to do, let them be called to perform. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, good. Thank you, President. President colleagues, I believe that the report of the committee was written before the situation came out. Because in my opinion, if that report or this report was written after the situation came out, to have informed the committee that this is not a matter to play with. And I want to agree with my colleague who said this is a diplomatic report. I agree with him strongly on that. Presiding, I mean, this is no joke. We as a Senate, we as a legislature passed an instrument called the MDA, the Mineral Development Agreement. It came here, it was ratified, it became law to be implemented. Then somebody down the line in the executive said, along the line said, well, things are not happening, and so we're going to sit in our offices and do something they call an MOU, to alter the terms of the MDA. That's a serious violation of the MDA. It's a serious wrongdoing. So I thought that the committee were recommended that the issue, the matters that they reported are serious, and they require a review of the MDA. And I think that's the way to go. I mean, it's not, everything has to be superficial. They should pay the 500,000. They should not use a rule. They should not do that. How are you going to implement that? How are you going to do that? The only way this company is alleged to have been in violation of the very MDA upon which they are operating will take us serious will be that, look, come back to the drawing board. Let's talk about your violations. Let's invite the Bureau of Concession, the NIC. Let's talk about the violation. Let me show that those things that are in the MDA that you are not doing are done henceforth without delay. For me, I think that's the way to go. Anything other than that does have my support. Thank you.
We get possession and give a chance.
Be marking our surface areas with all the knowledge of the entire county authority. Our communication rules do not rush on it. And we will start there from upward. So starting there upward. On the subject matter. The protesters of AK Mango asked them whatever was protecting their resources. Protest. This issue of a Western cluster, I was fortunate to be part of the delegation I went to Omni. I see organized conspiracy inside on the issue of Western cluster. We will not mention our words. Look. What is happening to our country, it is saddening that those of us that are managing the country, we will be conniving with quote-unquote investors between the country that is decided. We made a report that Western cluster was a cartel. Where in this world that legislative instrument will be uttered by MOU? 1, 2. Where in the world you expect the company to come for review of their concession? What is it that the Ministry of Mines or the Justice Ministry of the country cannot bring the agreement or the designated branch? And sitting there and we were pretending as though they don't know what Western cluster was doing in the country. They should. The ministry, you expect the company to come and sue themselves? Or is it our practice now for the company to bring their own agreement for review to the legislature? The company, is it part of our practice? Or legislative instruments should come through the executive for review? The fact that nobody in the executive could even comprehend or even think that there is a document around here that affecting the lives of people that should be reviewed, and everybody pretending as though nothing happened. You can't put it between your legs and you say, "We won't look for it." The whole issue of Western Union, Western Cluster must be completely cancelled. It's a group of cartel. They brought their groups. Where in this world where a whole company will have less than 10 employees. Yes. They outsource everything. They operate without any future liability in our country. We are raising the red flag today because it's an American saying that injustice somewhere is a threat to justice everywhere. This issue of Western clusters must be looked at. It's an organized cartel that are working against the people of Liberia, specifically for the Western region. And we all pretending as though nothing happened. If the rescue mission must take the first step to rescue anything in this country, is to rescue the people of Bombay vis-a-vis Western Liberia from Western Cluster. Thank you very much.
Senator Dogo?
But I'm going to distinguished senator. I want to make a contribution in the issue regarding the Western Cluster. Is something that is very old. We are aware there was discussion with the National Authority for the Western Cluster to have an inland port somewhere in Cape Town, Bogoja. So, yeah, all of these studies were done. So, surprise, we saw trucks moving to the extent that the speed at which they move, if nothing is done, there will be a lot of accidents and the death of people. They are moving as though they are running against or racing against time to get the iron ores out. The issue about the port at Bogoja for studies conducted would have provided a lot of job opportunities for Nigeria. Also would have been an attraction for drinking water. I want to reference the Western Cluster situation with that of the Metal Steel. Sometime in 2013, according to the agreement of ArcelorMittal, they should have built a key for the transport of the iron ore. Instead, they started to do hiring ocean-going vessels and other things. And later on, we have to relook at an agreement to adjust our intention on Nigerian people. Sometimes these companies come and they are afraid that when we hit them hard, they will leave. But the condition precedent to their activities in this country, we need to go through them. What is the review of that? The first thing is the compliance. Even if we go by the MOU, the compliance to the MOU. In Western Clusters, you have done X, Y, Z after that MOU. If they didn't do that, then the action of Western Clusters is not in fulfillment of the reason for which sometimes people take action in good faith. Today, we know the story of our mine and that of Bombay Hill that become Bombay Hill. And for what we've seen, it's going to be worse. Maybe it will be a Bombay Valley very soon. So I think, even though
our colleagues here said that the report is kind of diplomatic, but some diplomatic notes can have radical action. The report is there. I think we should invite our national regulators like the NBC, the NRC, and the Ministry of Mines to receive this report in open plenary, so that the Liberian people see that indeed the legislature or the Senate are taking a decision, that the executive should receive the report. I'm not saying communicating to the executive will not be a part of that, but talking about the affirmative action. Because when we went to Cape Town, though that will be another subject, but to the extent that some of our colleagues, were not given the chance to even arrive or appear, reason be because of perception. So I think we should clear the perception first by getting the executive here and presenting, if we pass on the report, that this plenary represents the report to these executive authority as a way of starting the radical approach to the diplomatic report. Thank you.
Thank you, Protem. I want to stand by part of the tradition now that was established here.
Can I sit down?
Protem, distinguished colleagues. Why you want to disturb me? Even if I'm standing, I said to others, Thank you, Protem. Colleagues, listening to the findings of the report and comments from our colleagues who went on the scene, and also giving the accounts of what happened in Grand Cape Mount. All these tell us one thing. I mean, it is somehow, why should we be surprised to hear some of these things? This company, Western Closet, has been around for some time. What has been our oversight? That's the point. Protem colleagues. The findings and what is happening all around with concessions is telling us that as legislature that have the responsibility of oversight over these institutions, we should go beyond just approving concessions. Let's go beyond voting. We pass a concession and then we send it up and they say and nothing is done. So every committee, we have to straighten out what's our program. I hope rules and order will try to work along with the ways means to see how we can strengthen our various committees. The committees need to work. The other institution of government we need to strengthen in this regard is the National Bureau of Concessions. It is sad that you go to NBC, they have no vehicle to go in the field to monitor. So let us be intentional in supporting, strengthening the NBC. We have concessions scattered all over Liberia. We need to strengthen ourselves, our oversight committees, and then strengthen the NBC If we want results, what happened recently in Cape Town should be an eye-opener for them. It should be an eye-opener. We need investment. Two things will do to us. What is happening? It may unnecessarily drive away investors that want to come in our country. It will. So we have to avoid that. Let's engage these people through our outside responsibilities. Let's strengthen NBC. Let them do their work, engaging them to make them to be compliant with the laws at the side. But we wait until years something props up. Then we sort of join investigative team to go there. That's damage control. It's not working. It will not help our country. Thank you, President.
Senator Sarah?
Thank you so much, President. I'm on all parties listening. Good afternoon to colleagues here, distinguished colleagues. I'm a new senator. I have sat and listened to all senators who have been in the game. But I'm learning, and for the learning curve, I have some concerns. Firstly, it beats my imagination to see a foreign company violating Liberian rules. It beats my imagination. They might have got reasons to do this. They might have got some backing somewhere. And for me to solve this matter before talking to the concessionaires, we need to find out who